When did you begin Hypixel? And why have you stuck with the comp for so long?
I started off playing years ago, like 2016, and I wasn't really in the com at that time. I just like played games, whatever, and just had fun most of the time. I barely logged on that much. In the between 2016 and 2020, I might have had like 1,000, maybe 2,000 hours. 2020 is where I joined my first duels community, which was no, it was 2019, which was the Blitz Duels community with Mace Helm and a few older players.
And why Blitz in
He made a
specific?
I'm pretty sure one of my friends just dueled me in Blitz one day, and I really liked it because I played Armorer and I was useless with a rod. I could not use a rod for the life of me. So I just used Armorer all the time, and I enjoyed the fact that it was like the games were a bit RNG in the fact like I could go up against another Armorer, or like that would be an even trade, or I'll go up against a Necro and just like lose, or some shit like that. I kind of like the fact of that. That's why I like Mega Walls too. But I started in that community, stayed there for like a year or two, and then I joined Wukong. And when I was in Wukong, I think I was there for what, 2, 3 years or something. And when I was there, I joined like every community I could. I was mostly in Bridge. I played Bridge in like since Prototype up until like 2022, but I didn't join the community until like 2021 or something like that because I didn't know anyone in the community. I'd only join a community if I knew people in it that could like I don't know, I could VC with and stuff while I played it.
Who did you
But
know in
that's where
Wukong?
I knew in Wukong Slin. Slin joined Crits, which was my guild at the time. And he wasn't actually in Wukong, he was just um an admin, and he was just a very good friend of like all of the admins in that server. Everyone likes Slin. Pretty sure to this day everyone still likes Slin. That guy's chill as fuck. But he joined Crits just because I think one of his friends were VCing there or whatever. They found out I played Osu, and I ended up playing Osu a bit with them in that server, and then they got tired of just going to that server, so they invited me to Wukong, where I would, to be fair, was a bit nervous at the time when I joined because there was like 10 people in VC, but most of the people in VC were sound as fuck. Like they were all just chill, and to be fair, Shaden was one of them. Surprisingly, Shaden was like very welcoming when I joined,
Mm-hmm.
and
But this was a
from
while
because
ago.
Wukong, yeah, a very long time. It's like 2020, 2021. But because Wukong was a friends guild at the time, um, most people in there were from different. Like you could play Blitz SG, you could play Blitz Duels, you could go to like Bridge. So many different game modes people played. So that's where I got most of my other connections into other communities and stuff. But it all kind of originated from Wukong, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember there was so many like old gen people in Wukong that don't play anymore because either they've just grown out of the game, or just don't like the game anymore. It's no idea anymore because I'm not in that server. But most people have stopped playing. There is like at least 20 people that still play who were in that server when I played or whatever. But Shaden still. Shaden doesn't really play that much anymore, does he? Because he can't
Kind of
dodge
just lobby
anymore.
sits, one ult.
Yeah, he can't he can't fucking dodge anymore, so he's scared to lose his win loss. To be fair, Shaden, as much as I love, like I adore hating on Shaden, I'm Shaden's number one hater, but as much as I love to hate on him, he was chill for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And
We'll get to him
then
later on.
I think I deadass think it was the Tanissa thing, where he dated a girl called Tanissa, it was an E-date, and then they met up. Now this is what I heard from her, I'm pretty sure, that when they met up, he really wanted to fuck, like really badly. I'm pretty sure she would have been his first time, so he just really wanted to. And she said no because it was like too soon or whatever. Like they just met up, and then he tried to force her to give him head. Like
Who's they?
Shaden. Shaden tried to force Tanissa into giving him head. That's what I got told, and I believe it. He's the type of guy too. So I'm pretty sure they broke up after that. Like after they stopped meeting up or whatever, Tanissa broke up with him. And since then, I'm pretty sure he did just turn into a cunt to everyone. Like, as I said, Slyn, everyone likes Slyn, and he has fair opinions on everyone. Like, he doesn't really dislike anyone. If he has an opinion, he'll either tell you about it, or he'll just try stay away from you, if you know what I mean. That's kind of what happened with Shaden, because when I got kicked, I made my own server, and he was perma in my server instead of Wukong because he wanted to stay away from Shaden. And that's not even to mention how Shaden sent, like, this is when he was this was before he was with Tanissa, sent a dick pic to a 15-year-old.
Okay, chill with Shade. We'll get to him later on. The hate boner will never die.
I could go on about Shaden for hours, bro.
Yeah,
That guy is
just wait.
a freak aside.
We'll get there.
So
what happened after Wukong? So after 2021?
I'm pretty sure I just died down on Minecraft for a little bit. Like, I joined different communities, I talked to people. I didn't really play that much, but I was in more communities. So, like, Combo, I remember I talked to Jamie quite a bit and got into the Combo community a little bit from that. I joined the OP community a little bit. Like, any duels com besides parkour and boxing, I was, like, VCing with people in a lot. No debuff, I talked to BSing a lot. BSing, one of the nicest guys also from Duelscom. You'd think from how much he plays it, or from how much he played, he'd be a dickhead. Because, like, just anyone back then who had a lot of wins was a dickhead, basically. If I'm being honest, they were. But BSing was one of the nicest people, and he figured out his own dodging method. He didn't tell anyone it, but he figured out his own dodging. This was before Lilith. This was before, like, I'm pretty sure it was before Seraph too. Seraph was the first dodging software you could use, and then it was, what was the one after that? It was Dual Sniffer, yeah. It was Dual Sniffer, and then it was something else, and then it was Lilith. I think the one before it was just a Lilith prototype or just beta or whatever, and then it was Lilith, which, in my opinion, ruined duels.
Yeah, we'll get to that as well.
Yeah, but around 2022, no, 2021 actually, around the same time I was in Wukong, just before I left, I met Zuari and a few other people, and they're they made a sniping group called Dodgers. That's where I was for most of, I'm pretty sure, 2022, and because I already sniped before, and I already had, like, some decent sniping connections and stuff just to, like, help me out. We had made a big. It's like I don't know if you say hired, but we invited more people to Dodgers, I guess. And there was some people in it who legit sniped, like Chapek, and then there was people who just full on flew on you if they didn't like you, like Zuari or Breesley. But then we made after Dodgers, around the start of 2023, I'm pretty sure, there was this screen sharer in Bridge Scrims. That's the one. There was a screen sharer in Bridge Scrims who ended up, I don't know, I think he just hated the system or whatever, and ended up rebelling against it. And he ended up making another group called Gang ZZ, where we had, yeah, again, a range of either cheating snipers or legit ones. I'm pretty sure Akaz was one of the owners too, which was fucking hilarious. Number one bridge player just sniping everyone on ults. But after that, that's when I realized that, like, I cared more about what people thought of me. Because there was a few people that only really talked to me at that point to get me to snipe people. which I didn't really appreciate that much. So I just stopped sniping after that entire server.
So you're like a hitman.
Yeah, basically. At that fucking point, basically. And I didn't really like that. I wanted to, like, be my own person and go sway away from that. Besides, like, I still sniped every now and then, but only, like, my friends, and I just let them win. But that's the only sniping I've done within the past, like, 2-3 years, because I don't want people just to know me as a sniper anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Because during Bridge, I was just known as a sniper. It was a 50-50. I didn't mind being known by people, but it was being known for the wrong thing. It's like Ted Bundy all over again, bro, but it's a sniper on Hypixel.
Of course.
I was the Ted Bundy of duels, bro, my bad. But the reason I've stayed in DuelsCon for so long is it's just the people. Honestly, I think Hypixel's a shit server. I think the anti-cheat is absolute dog shit. I think everything about Hypixel is shit, besides the communities. Because there's obviously other ones, like the one I'm in right now is a UHC community, which is completely different to like Combo. Those two don't really collide that often, but there's so many nice people in it, like Aiden. Aiden is the owner of Idol, and he has been for like what 3 years or some shit. And I'm pretty sure I met him through Woozy because I've known Woozy for like since 2020, 2021 or something like that. And he ended up inviting me to Idol, the Discord, and I met Aiden there. But everyone in Idol is such chill people. Like, there's a few crackheads, I guess, but besides that, like most people are just chill.
Yeah, that's in every
And
guild. The few crackheads.
yeah, that's true, especially Wound. But Idol, I don't know. That's one of my. I've been in so many guilds over the years, but I've not mentioned. But Idol is probably, I wouldn't say the most welcoming, because like if people join, it is what it is, because it's like a pretty big guild. Like you can't just like welcome everyone that joins, but everyone in that server is nice as fuck and chill as fuck. Like and it's also like a pretty big server too. Like there's people that aren't even in Idle who are just chilling in there and being nice to everyone. I feel like Idle's a sanctuary we need to keep fucking safe. Because
What a statement.
as soon as the weirdos start pouring in, like Shaden, it's fucking over. It's like his haven, bro. Same with 7C. Pretty sure 7C got invited to the server and I insta banned him. Because
Of
there was,
course.
bro, the guild, the guild has quite a few underage people, and you know what 7C's like.
Same with Shade.
Like, yeah, and Shaden, yeah, that guy's wrong.
Mm.
Then, uh, from from that, all of the people, as I said, that I met are just so nice and just chill to VC with. I'm not in DuelsCom on Hypixel. Like, I'm not perma on the game, just slaving myself away to duels or whatever. But, because if I did that, I probably would leave com. That's the biggest difference. If I did actually just play all the time, I would have probably left by now, because that shit is insufferable. But, yeah, it's just the people. The
Yeah.
people are so much nicer than I actually thought. Because you played old doors, right? You remember
Mm.
how people were. There was like Uwu Hana, if you remember who that was. That
Yes.
person was weird. Could go by Jade now. That guy was weird as fuck. Redzi, obviously, and then everyone in China. Most people, now some people in Chinatown were chill, but then if you said anything, like even if you said your opinion, they just hate on you and just like try to snipe you. Most people just try to dox you if they didn't like you. Now it's completely different. There's barely anyone doxing anyone.
Mm.
There's barely anyone like swatting anyone. It's chill. It's actually chill for once.
Yeah.
Just
I feel like it's more dead instead of being chill. Like all the people who
nah,
were
it's
docs and
both.
SWAT just left or are
It,
stuck in the
it's both.
background. Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is me personally. I know a lot of other people wouldn't feel like this, but I feel like people would come back to duels if they changed the KB. The KB is so different than what it was in 2020, 2021. It actually is like day and night. It's the worst thing I've ever seen. Comboing people is close to impossible unless they are mentally challenged. Um, Hyping people like myself, it's very hard to combo us, or it's either one of the two. It's very hard to combo us, we don't move, or it's impossible to get out of a combo. Because we
Yeah.
don't move that much, then, like in UHC where it matters the most, because we can't move that much, they can just combo us, and we're just staying in the same spot and we can't hit them because there's our sprints perma getting reset, theirs isn't. It's, yeah, it's horrendous. Old Hypixel KB, that was peak. That's
Absolutely.
when most that's when most good clips came from. That's when most good people played in. And funnily enough, as soon as the KB changed, a lot of people left. I do not
Yeah.
blame them.
I mean, same with dodging. It was around the same time.
Yeah, true. I don't feel like Lilith had that big of an impact on people
Play
like
count.
playing duels, but I feel like it had a bigger impact on legit people than people who used it. Like if people still to this day consider Lilith as cheating. I don't personally, but I can see where they're coming from. I see it more towards boosting than cheating.
Hmm.
Because you could just perma queue nons and not queue anyone good, but if you're cheating, then you're still gonna queue good people and have a chance to lose. Like
Hmm.
it's 50-50. But Lilith just ruined people's like expectations in the game. If you look at, let's say, Shaden, for example, now, his win loss back then was so low compared to what it is now. Now it's like 250 overall on like every account he has. And that's purely because he dodged. Like I wouldn't mind it as much if he didn't flex about it. But I don't mind people who dodge just to have fun or whatever. That is what it is. I don't really give a fuck. If you dodge to try flex your dodged stats, that's just weird as fuck. And I feel like that's what made most people leave the community who didn't actually use Lilith. Well, dodging's been around for fucking years, and it never used to be as bad. With Seraph, barely anyone knew about Seraph. There was like in the duels com anyway. There was barely anyone. There was like I think more people know about it now after it's passed than people did when it was an actual thing.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
not the same with Duel Sniffer though. Duel Sniffer, that shit got people banned. I remember when Hypixel tried to patch it or whatever, and they got so many people banned without telling us or whatever,
Hmm.
and that caused a riot. But I'm happy they did. Like they unbanned everyone, told them to stop using it, and if they used it again, they'd get banned. I fully agree with that. That approach should have been taken in the first place, but it didn't stop people from dodging because there was still labby tags. Labby tags
Labby tags.
are yeah, labby tags were one of the only ways to dodge back then without like well after Dual Sniffer got banned anyway or whatever. Labby tags was like the only way to dodge because you could go on an alt account or whatever, sit in queue for like an hour. You don't have to play. You can just sit in queue, and then in the tags you can just put someone's name in. Say if it's a non, say if it's a cheater, a nick, whatever. And then before you start the game, let's say you're going into queue, it'd do the same shit Lilith did, where in the chat it would tell you who it is if you've queued them before. So what some people did was they only queue the nons that their alt account would queue. And that's how some people got win streaks like that. I know Shaden did that as well. I know A Team also did that. A Team, I'm pretty sure, tried or attempted to sell his labby list, or his labby tag list, because it had over, I think, 6,000 accounts on it. I think it was like the most I've ever seen anyway. Most people in Wukong did use labby tags. But, oh, do you remember skin dodging?
Oh, yeah.
Skin dodging was the meta. Oh my.
That was
Bro,
so
that shit was
annoying.
so. That it was funny though. It was like
Yeah.
you had to change your skin if you're trying to like if you're trying to like get a win streak, you'd have to change your skin like every few games. It was fucking hilarious. Like HR9, he was a victim of it though. he tried to dodge, but people were just going alt accounts and snipe him because he never changed skin ever. This is back in Blitz again, but he would never change his skin. And because he was playing Necro, to be fair, most times he still kept like a 26 win loss, which back then was decent. But he was a very big victim of it because if someone was cheating, he can't do shit about it. It's the most unlucky thing ever. That's why I think dodging should stay gone because of the snipers. As an ex sniper, I say that because I've come to realize there was no point in sniping whatsoever. Like at that point, if you're a sniper, you're just being selfish. I've come to establish that with myself because you're sacrificing someone else's fun for your own. Like when I was sniping people on like 1K, 2K win streaks, even fucking Redzy on his 4K win streak once. To be fair, Redzy deserved it. But other people who were just trying to play the game normally, and I would just snipe them while full cheating. That was fun for me. That's so much of their time got into it, and all of their enjoyment gone just because I did that shit. It's like one of the most selfish things you can do in duels, just sniping someone. And that's why I'm kind of happy I stopped. Yeah, as I said, I only really snipe people who I'm friends with, and I let them win. I give them a fight a little bit, or like I try to have a fun duel. Like if let's say they're queuing and I want to duel them, I'll just queue them, and then at the end of the game I'll just leave or just drop or some shit like that. But anyone that snipes in 2020, well, I thought we left sniping in 2022. To be honest, there's still people that actively do it.
There's
I
a
know
few people.
Doggo came back. I know Doggo came back around a year or two ago and started doing it. If you remember who Doggo is, Doggo was old guy from like 2019, 2020, swatted people and doxed people just for his own fun. He had a bit of money, but he wasn't rich. He had like, if you know what I mean, he wasn't rich, but he had a bit of money. He got he left com because he got sent to prison for reasons I don't know if I can say without the video getting terminated. But yeah, let's just say cheese pizza,
He's one
and
of them.
he was he was contributing it, and then he got imprisoned for it, and then he came back for a few months selling accounts this time, like just he just beamed people and sold their accounts or whatever, and then he left again out of nowhere, like suddenly just stopped messaging everyone. So I'm pretty sure he got caught with it again. But he was
What
one
a
of the
guy.
people who he was one of the people who would just full hop on people and snipe them. He targeted blue plus accounts, capes, or anything like that, and he would tell them to join his Discord, which ended up being one of those fake like tournament Discords or whatever that you'd have to put your username in or whatever. I don't know how anyone falls for that. If you're younger, that's more understandable, but it actually happened to someone I know, Doorknob, recently. Don't know how the fuck he fell for it. Bro's an adult now. Falling for that shit is beyond me.
Fish
But
also
yeah, that
snipes. Random side note.
fish.
Yeah, Fish versus Bear.
Oh
What do you
my
think of
god,
that?
fish bear. How I met Fish Bear was in the 10-figure limit server. Under the bridge player, who's I would say pretty well known in the bridge community. I don't know about duels, but in the bridge community, he's pretty well known. He's also a very chill guy. Thankfully British, so I could like not have to stay up if I wanted to VC with him. But Fish was also in his server, just randomly joined VCs. He, I think this was before he sniped. He went around shit talking everyone. He was just playing Q, and he was one of the people who dodged and tried to brag about it. He's the same as Shaden though, because he bragged about his win loss while not sniping, cheating and dodging. And most people who cheat, they turn it off in slash duels. Like they have some sort of respect. They're trying to, it's a slash duel. You're trying to have fun. You're not trying to fucking cheat your balls off. There's a clip that I know Ray Dragonfly, where he's playing against Fish in a 2v2 in a slash duel, and this guy is using the hardest reach you would see at the time.
Not
And
a surprise.
I'm, yeah, he tries to deny it. I'm pretty sure to this day he tries to deny it. but people shit talked him that much for cheating. He started going on ults and sniping people who shit talked him. I'm pretty sure,
How nice.
and that's where it started. Now it doesn't surprise me if he's just sniping innocent people. Like,
Yeah.
just I remember, I do remember there was a case a while ago, like around a few months ago. Some random kid in lobby one was on number one daily. Like, it's his best win streak. He's like bridge grandmaster with a 2-win loss. He was on like a 50 daily or some shit, and Fish sniped it for no reason.
Hmm.
Absolutely no reason. He's just going after random people just to fuel
Yeah.
his own ego.
That happened again.
Like,
He sniped a 51 streak recently, like a week ago, I believe.
who would have thought?
Yep.
That guy needs to get a grip.
The cycle continues.
I mean, he's kind of young, so it's like I can somewhat because I did it at his age. But the difference is, I was open about it, and I never bragged about a cheated dodged win streak in my life. I would only snipe people who actually did something wrong. Like Redzi, he was a pedophile, so I sniped him. There was
Hmm.
people who cheated for win streaks, like Scheme. I remember I sniped Scheme using his own config on Vape. That was hilarious. I 5-1'd him.
Crazy.
Um, then there's just other bridge. It was mostly in bridge because I was more comfortable with bridge than other modes. Because I wasn't fast flying. I didn't have any good fast fly
Hmm.
clients at the time. So I was just using velo, reach, whatever. And Fish, no, he doesn't give a fuck. You could be the nicest guy ever, he'll try snipe you. You could be. I feel like most people who actually deserve getting sniped, he leaves alone. I've come to realize that there was another cheater. Oh no, not cheater, booster. There was some booster who's. This is what I don't know about. I don't know if this is 100% true, but I got told about this by another bridge player. Apparently, Fish queued a booster who was on a like 1.5k win streak or something, and he didn't queue his alt account obviously if he queued Fish, and Fish ended up letting him win.
Weird.
So I don't know what that's about. I don't know who it was. I just got told it was some random booster.
Hmm.
Oh, talking about boosting, I don't mind boosters. I'm not gonna lie to you. As long as they're open about like if they're just boosting, it depends. So-So's boosting, that was fair. I respect So-So. And then there was people like Minty. Minty boosted so hard for all of his wins. So-So only did it 4 win streaks, which I can somewhat respect. It's fair. I cheat, and I don't cheat anymore. I stopped like a month ago, but I cheated for like so fucking long. I can't disrespect anyone that boosts if they're open about it, like So-So was. But then, yeah, there's so many people who just boost for all their wins, like Minty, and still deny it. There's so many clips of him doing it. So many so much proof of him doing it, and he still tries to deny it. And it's like accidental rage bait. Like
Yeah.
Minty as a person is the most rage bait person I can think of, just for no reason.
So you're fine with people cheating, dodging, as long as they're like open about it, or they're doing it for fun.
If they're not doing it to make people's experience bad, I don't give a fuck about leaderboards. I've never cared about leaderboards, never will. I respect Aiden a lot because he got the number one win streak legit. He got in duels anyway. He got like a 3.5k duels win streak, and he did it legit. That's the highest a legit player has. I'm pretty sure the second person he took, or the person he took that from was Brotherhoods and Baz. I think they got like a 2k or like a high 2k or something like that. But he doesn't even flex it. He just got the win streak for a personal achievement. And that's fair, but then there's people who streak while full cheating, while it's just ruining everyone's experience the entire time while they're doing it.
Don't
Those
mention the
people I don't
guy.
like. Yeah, those people I don't like whatsoever. The people who flex their cheated or boosted stats, they're weird as fuck. People who dodged um people who dodged, I don't mind as much because at the end of the day, it's not affecting anyone. It's just stats.
Hmm.
Like, unless they obviously brag about it, as I said, that's a completely different thing. But people who dodge, I don't really give a fuck about it because it's just stats. It's just pixels on a screen, and why people care that much about it is a them problem, not mine.
Yeah.
I don't think I would ever go out of my way to care that much about stats, to be honest.
Also, I
It's just weird.
interviewed the 16-figure limit, aka Ben, the
Did
bridge
you?
guy. Yeah, the guy you mentioned
The
before.
goat. The goat.
He makes
Fucking
another
love Ben.
appearance. Ooh, little shout
I
out.
fucking love Ben. We used to VC all the time. Like when I used to like hop between servers a lot, and because I was always online basically, besides when I had like school or some shit like that, I was always online, and I would join whichever server. I don't know, like Ben. If Ben was in VC, I would join. But if there was like another server with someone I liked more, I would join that one. If you know what I mean.
Hmm.
But Ben's server was one of those because there was, yeah, again, more chill people. There was like Ray Dragonfly, GG joined that one a lot. There was Ben. It was, I don't know, most of the time you can just like have serious conversations. It was like a mix. You could have a serious conversation with them and they'd be chill about it, or you could have like a wild conversation with them and it's just funny as fuck. That,
Hmm.
that's that's how I describe Ben, just wild as fuck. Like
Yeah,
the conversations you could have with that guy are bipolar as fuck. He's also like one of the best fucking GD players I know. That guy's insane at GD. I
I saw.
think
Well,
he has what, like 16k hours or some shit. Fuck knows.
yeah, 16K plus. Well, let's move on to the
Well,
community. Uh,
okay, the community.
yeah, that's the juicy part. Probably your favorite part because of the guy you're going to mention. So, from your experience, you want to describe the com from how you saw it from your perspective, from like day one to present, and also mention the dodging era and how it changed people.
I think right. I'm just gonna start off with saying my favorite part of the community, like my favorite era of the community, which honestly is around the time where Shaden was chill, which was 2021, 2020s, some shit like that. That was the best because it was like mostly active because of COVID-19 and shit. It was like so many more people coming to duels. Either chill people or weirdos is what it is. But if you look at more of the good, there was a lot more good than there was bad back then, in my personal opinion. That was my favorite, but I'm not gonna lie. My least favorite is how it is now. I don't like how I hate how dead the game is now. But there was I feel like people back then were actually more chill. Actually, I back you on that. I think they were more chill back then. From day one, how I joined, everyone was really nice. Everyone was like chill and wouldn't really shit. They'd have like arguments and shit like that, but everyone does. If you don't, you're fucking weird. But to the most part, it was really chill. That's just the best way I can. I've said that so many times already, but that's just the best way I can describe it.
Did it feel like a
Because
community?
yeah, it actually did, bro. Now it doesn't feel like one big community. It feels like, well, back
It's
then
just
it
friend
did.
groups.
Yeah, now it is just friend groups, and I don't hate that. I don't not hate that, if you know what I mean. I would I like I'm in most servers, so if I want to VC with someone and I see them in VC, it's chill. I can just go join. But as time's gone on, there's so many people who have separated from each other who I thought were like really good combos to be in VC with or to play duels with. And Woozy was one of them, to be fair. I remember our Mickey made a server a while ago. This was 2021, 2022. I think it was called like Elytra PvP or some shit like that. It's where he hosted little tournaments. And it would bring people, I wouldn't say bring people together because there was some certain people who would just cheat their balls off for no reason. Like they were going to win anything. It was just a friendly tournament. but it's where I realized a lot of people met each other. I'm pretty sure that was the first time I met Aiden as well. I didn't talk to him properly until like 2023 or some shit, but that's where I met Aiden in 2021 or some shit. And he was chill as fuck then, chill as fuck now. Woozy as well. I'm pretty sure Woozy invited him. And those two, ever since, have been like good friends. I'm pretty sure he's one of Aiden's closest friends, and I'm pretty sure Aiden's one of his. That's one of like the best duels combos you could have, like either skill wise or just friendship wise. Woozy and Aiden are the goats. And then there's people who split apart, like around that era as well, because either people just left com, as I said, or they just went their own ways. There was, I think, BSing was one of them too. BSing left com to focus more on school, which is fair enough. But when he came back, he didn't talk to anyone because he was gone for like a few months, and I feel like he thought that people forgot about him or some shit. That's
Yeah,
that's what's happened a few times because
that's a fair
I've
assumption.
messaged I've messaged people who I've not talked to in years, and from Duelscom, like asking if they're gonna come back or whatever because I've seen them online. They still play. They just don't talk in the com because they've been gone for like a few years or whatever. They think people have just forgotten about them, so there's no point to come back. I think that's like
It's
the
kind of
complete
sad.
wrong approach. I think it's the complete wrong approach because most people now are friends. Back then, everyone was hating everyone, but it was funny and it is what it is. But now I feel like most people are friends besides the people that everyone if we hate people, it's a collective hate like Shaden.
Like all the
Like
pedos, the
yeah,
cheaters
just
who don't
let's
admit to cheating, people like that.
I actually wonder if 7C and Red Z ever crossed paths. That would be a
7C was in
dynamic duo.
2001.
Yeah, but like in VCs, because I know James only ever private VC'd, and 7C would never join VCs, to my knowledge. I wonder if they ever like VC'd with each other, because that would be a conversation and a half.
Yeah, that would have been interesting.
James is an interesting guy. When
Hmm.
I first like talked to him, I already knew who he was when I talked to him in VC. This was in the good era of the com. He joined. I can't remember. I think it was like Wound VC. Maybe I don't. I have no idea. Nah, it wasn't Wound. I can't remember which server it was. But he joined and instantly took a liking to me for no reason. I didn't like him because I knew he was a pedophile. But he would join VCs like quite actively after he got out of prison, say hi to me and say fuck you to everyone else. And I wish I was joking about that. Like he would genuinely say fuck you everyone else, hi Kirito, for no reason. Like I was best mates with him.
Oh, that's rough.
Might have been because I was underage. It wouldn't surprise me.
That's actually the only reason. Let's be real.
Yeah, true. It is Resi. But I feel like in the duels com, so many people have changed. Like me, I'm just gonna say me for example. There's also a few people who also sniped with me who have changed like me who don't snipe anymore because they just find it more selfish. I feel like as the duels community's gone on, we've gained more respect for each other. Because if you remember, like 2001, Chinatown, hate those two just came at anyone. If you were in those guilds, you hated everyone. Now it's like it doesn't really matter what guild you're in. You can have like friendly beefs and shit like that, but
Yeah.
the majority, most people like each other, which it does kind of personally it does kind of bring the fun out of duels because for me the fun part is being competitive and just shit talking.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I appreciate everyone being happy and shit. That's the one good thing that's come out of duels recently.
And how did
All need a little bit of happiness in our lives, you know.
of course, how did Lilith change the Jules column?
And Lilith changed the duels com. It's a juicy one. Basically, in my I was one of the first users of Lilith. I was in like the top 100 or whatever because I'm pretty sure I was friends with Zanny at the time and he invited me. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. But um, when it started, not many people knew about it. and it didn't change the com that much because people realized people were dodging or whatever, but they just assumed what the rest of us assumed. Like people were just like leaving so they could go back to the lobby, they didn't mean to queue or something like that. Until I can't remember who it was, but someone started like exposing it a bit more and giving it more popularity, and that's when it started to change duels fully because it went from having less than 200 members to fuck knows how many. As now it has like a few thousand members now. I'm pretty sure.
Had like 10,000
Like if
at
you
one
can think
point.
of, yeah, if you think of a duels player, go to Lilith and search their name. They're on it. Like most duels players are in that server, and even ones whose main accounts aren't, they have alts in there. That like if they were using it, they didn't want people to know they were using it. At some point, I'm pretty sure at least everyone's used Lilith, and that's kind of a bad thing. But well, if you're actually in com, if you're a non, probably not. But the issue with Lilith was they fixed queues. Around this time, they fixed queues. So if you remember old queues, it could say like they have 8 people in queue, 10 people in queue. You still wouldn't find one for like 10 minutes
Yeah, there'll
or
be
some
dead
shit like
servers.
that. Yeah, they fixed that completely. Well, not completely, but they mostly fixed that. So you can actually get queues now. But because everyone was dodging, you could only actually play if you are on. In modes like Bridge especially, because there's always been so many people playing in Bridge, and because of the high skill ceiling in it, if you're good at the game, you're already gonna have like above 20 win loss because most nons are just new to the game. They're trying to like figure out what's happening, whatever. And most of the Bridge masters and legends that have like a low win loss have just they're just slow at learning. So you're instantly gonna have a 20 win loss, but that made the game so much harder to queue because there's like, let's say 400 people in queue at a time. At least 300 of those people are good at the game, and because they're good at the game, they know what Lilith is, and they're all dodging. So it's impossible to get a queue because they're all queuing each other and just perma dodging. It made grinding duels in modes like that insufferable. That's the worst part about dodging, in my opinion. I think it happened quite a bit in OP and like UHC, just game modes like that, which they actually queued a lot. But I feel like it was a bigger issue in modes like no debuff, because people who were good at no debuff played it. There was not really that many nuns who just joined no debuff for no reason, unless they came from like Mind Men or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember at one time I was watching BSing screen share because he was using Lilith. Like he just came back to duels or whatever, and I was VCing with him, and he was dodging. He was getting dodged for like I think 20, 30 minutes, and there was like 10 people in queue, and it was a new name. Like it was like all of the people in queue were dodging him because I'm sorry, if I queue BSing while trying to go for a win streak, I'm fucking leaving too. That guy's a demon. But that's yeah, dodging was probably the worst, no, second worst thing to happen to duels next to the KB and the anti-cheat or whatever.
And what about the stat
It's
aspect of it, where people get an ego for dodging?
oh Shaden moment. I don't know. I'm yeah, again, I've said it before, but I'm 50-50 with it. I don't really care if you dodge for stats. Anyone could do that. I could not give less of a fuck. I don't think anyone cares about numbers. Let's be. It's just pixels on a screen.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, no one really gives that much of a fuck. But then, yeah, it's the people who go out of their way to dodge as hard as possible, like 0.5 win loss, like the low of the low type of people, or as just to be able to get us, just to get just some stats, and then flex it to everyone. Already dodging 0.5 win loss, or up until that, or whatever, is really fucking scummy. But doing that and then flexing it to people who are like legit or whatever, I don't know. I just think those type of people are just weird as fuck. Like there's just no point in it whatsoever. Just narcissistic at that point.
Yeah.
It's like Shaden.
Okay, let's move on to Shade, since you keep mentioning him like every 10 seconds, so say whatever you want about him.
I've been fucking waiting, bro. I want to start off with Shaden. This
It's
guy's
been 48
pissed me off.
minutes, by the way.
This guy's Yeah, this
Yep.
guy's fucking pissed me off. Right. My issue with Shaden, I think I mentioned that earlier. He did start off chill. That's the worst part. If he was just annoying to everyone, just being a dickhead to everyone throughout the entire thing, I wouldn't have cared as much because I wouldn't have gone as good of friends as I did. But if you VC with people every day for like up to a year, maybe even 2 years or whatever, you get that bond. You get close to them. And that's what happened with me and Shaden and a few other people as well. But as soon as the entire thing with his girlfriend happened, he just fucking turned into a dickhead for no reason to like everyone besides like maybe two people, which one of them was his IRL and the other one was like Slyn. But yet again, Slyn still didn't like the way he was just acting in general. I remember he told people, Shaden told people he was getting jobs and shit because if you see how much Shaden plays, you tell him to get a job too. Let's be real. And he was playing so fucking much. Everyone like it wasn't just like a few people. It was like everyone telling him to get a job. So I'm pretty sure he did end up getting a job. He worked for the ones I know. He worked at Uber, just like driving people around or whatever. Got fired from Uber somehow. Don't know how you get fired at Uber. That is beyond me. But he was also apparently a security guard or whatever at some supermarket. Got fired from that yet again. Don't know how you get fired at that either. And then apparently he was holding two jobs at one point and got fired from them both too. Apparently he has the one now again, but he'll probably get fired soon. So I genuinely think whatever happened in his life around the time he turned into a dickhead, that was like that's significant as just ruined him as a person. Because he was chill. That's the as I said, that's the worst part about it. He was a really chill person and was nice to everyone, welcoming to everyone. He even made it so the guild wasn't a friends guild anymore because he wanted more people in it to like socialize or whatever. And then he just started acting weird for no fucking reason. Sent his fucking dick to a 15-year-old. That's fucking sussy as fuck. I don't
Was
know.
the
He
change
he
instant?
did weird. Say again.
Was the change instant? Like when he switched up on you and many other people?
It was literally day and night, yeah. Literally, he woke up and
Wow.
just started acting like a prick. That's why I thought it was just like the first day it happened. I thought he just woke up just in a shit mood, like everyone does. Everyone wakes
Yeah.
up one day with just a shit mood. I thought it was one of those. No, it went on for a long period of time, and I remember I still like tolerated him because yeah, again, I was like good friends with him or whatever. So I still tolerated him and wanted to VC with him and shit until it got unbearable. But around the time where it started to get unbearable, I remember we were queuing threes. We were supposed to queue threes. Me, him, and Grassblock, who was also a bridge player. And we're gonna queue bridge threes together. Shaden said BRB, went AFK for like 20 minutes or something, but he didn't mute his mic. So everything that happened, we heard. And I have clips of it because I had to ask for second opinions from people whether it was hentai or cheese pizza. I don't watch either, obviously, but I don't know. It's very hard to tell which one it is. And you can hear him, and I'm pretty sure in one of the clips you can literally hear him in the background, like doing whatever the fuck he's doing, fully unmuted, by the way. And I don't know if he meant to do that, like with his mic
Absolutely
on.
not. No, no, no.
I don't know, bro. It's just Shaden. You never
No,
fucking
no,
know.
no. Let's be realistic. So wait, what did most people say was?
Most people said it's a hentai,
No.
which, to be fair, I don't know what it was, but I hope it was fucking hentai. Like, there's watching hentai and there's watching cheese pizzas. Two very
Legal
different
versus
things.
illegal? Yeah.
Yeah, but I personally would never watch hentai. That's just weird in my opinion. If you want to watch porn, watch the fucking real thing. Like, come on.
Hmm.
But I don't know whether floats your boat, I guess. But I think around this time I don't know, he stopped joining calls as much with like anyone. He had a private VC and he would sit there instead. He would normally join general up until this point, like all the time, but there was like 5, maybe 6 private VCs, and one of them was his. Like there was one for Jackson because he was an owner, one for like Slin and Time and stuff like that, and other things. But there was one that was his where you could only join it if you had his permission. That's how like weird he was. And he would try sitting that all the time. No one would join it besides like his IRL, but he would just sit in that all the time and as soon as he realized no one was joining it, if like we run a VC, he would drag people into it, like Slin, Time, or some shit like that. It would just drag people into it so he could talk to someone. No one, if he was like sad or in a bad mood or whatever, that's fair enough. Like if you want to just be alone with like just people you trust or whatever, I fully respect that. He was just doing it every single day for like months, where he would just drag people in mid conversation and try get him to join VC with him and like play with him. And if they said no, he would just leave the VC. He wouldn't even drag you back. He'd just fucking leave. Like he was just one of those type of people.
Weird.
And that's when he started kicking people from his guild, I'm pretty sure too. He had an argument with Pixel Master, which was one of his good friends as well. You know who Pixel Master is, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So him and Matthew had an argument. I can't remember what it was about, but it was some sort of like pretty deep argument, and Shaden started it. Like it was just a normal argument, and then Shaden went deep for no reason. I'm pretty sure because Matthew broke up with his girlfriend at the time or some shit like that, and then he just started doing that to everyone. He started just coming at people and like trying to get deep with people and just piss people off. There's like rage bait and then there's Shaden, where he would just piss people off for no reason and just like normally if you want to criticize someone or like you want to say something about someone, you'll say it behind their back at least. Like that's if you have no respect, to be fair. But that's if like it depends how hard it is. If it's like something really personal that you don't like about someone, I would prefer if someone said it behind my back if it like would really hurt my feelings. But he would say it all to their face and then keep all the little shit he didn't like about people behind his back. He was like double disrespecting people, and even to like nice people that have never. I'm pretty sure he did it to Sam at one point. I don't think you'll know who Awesome Sam is.
I do.
You
Pretty much,
do?
yeah.
Oh, I fucking love Sam. He was chill as fuck. One of the nicest people to come out of Wukong too. Like he was always chill. It didn't matter if you were one of the most annoying people ever. He'd still like talk to you and just chill with you.
And what happened to
I'll
him?
I'll, I'll fucking know. I love Wukong.
No,
I
I
love
mean with
Wukong. I'm
Shade.
pretty sure. Oh,
You
with
said Shade did
Shade.
something.
Oh yeah, he just started shit talking him for no reason. I don't know if it was for one day or for however long it was, but I'm pretty sure this time Shaden was in a bad mood because no one shit talks Sam. Like he's one of those people that you can't say a bad thing about. Like, and there's nothing to say a bad thing about. Like he wouldn't piss people off. He wouldn't rage bait anyone. He was just like his
Chill
entire
guy.
personality was just being nice. Yeah, fully respected. But I'm pretty sure Shaden was just having a bad day when he was shit talking him because there's no way he'd go out of his way to just shit talk him for no reason.
Anything else about Shade that you want to mention?
One more thing, I I remember his blocked list. He got me banned from like every sub he had admin in, and he made a block list which had maybe a few people you know, maybe not. I only remember 4 people out of the 5 people though. Actually, no, I remember them all. Fuck it, I remember them all. I was on it. Quoli was on it. Kogo Shiku was on it. Sejd was on it, and Shirklol was on it. Now, I don't know if you see a pattern there, but those 5 people all knew what type of person Shaden was like. Like, besides Sejd was just rage beta as fuck. Sejd has always been a troll, always will be a troll. So that one's fair enough. But Kogo knew about the dick pic. I don't even know what Quoli did. I'm pretty sure Quoli got I don't know if you've seen the video that Asda Gang made like years and years ago, but Shaden and Quali used to play with each other, bridge doubles, and during all of those, he would full B-hop. Shaden would full, like, if he was about to lose, he'd full cheat. Unless it was against other cheaters and stuff. Because then he just knew he couldn't lose. He couldn't win, sorry. But he would full cheat, and then I'm pretty sure Quali, like, called him out on it. To my knowledge, I'm pretty sure Quali called him out on it, and shit talked him about it. So then they stopped playing, and then he got blocked or whatever. Shirklol, yet again, another, like, troll. I'm pretty sure he's rage baited so many people that I don't even know about just by saying that he was Masters in Ranked Skywars. And just saying that alone doesn't sound that rage baity. It's just when he mentions it every 2 seconds. You couldn't go on conversation with him about anything without him saying it was Masters in Ranked Skywars. But yeah, Shaden only ever blocked us 5 to my knowledge. I don't think he's blocked anyone else. That's my last thing on Shaden. I don't want to talk about that freak anymore.
So talk about your best snipes.
Oh, my best snipes.
Give like a top 5.
If you want, I could send you some as well.
I have videos or SSs.
Screenshots.
All right, sure.
One of my, all right, I'll mention this one first. This one was one of my favorite snipes, and it was accidental. That's why it's my favorite one. This is when I was getting really pissed off with shadow play, and I didn't like how bad quality it was. I didn't like how anything to do with shadow play was. So I moved to OBS, and one of my friends gave me some OBS settings. So I logged on, pressed record, and went to OP Duels instantly just to play one duel, test out the OBS settings. And I queue a guy with 80, well, I think it was 87 win-loss with a high win streak. Do you know who Haste is?
I think so.
Yeah, Haste is he is a chill guy. He's a cheater. He's a bit like me. He's like, he cheats but won't flex about stats or anything like that. He'll just like, he's just well liked in the community. But him and Zypo had a shared account, Luna Gang, and he was playing on it while cheating pretty hard. I've still got the clip of it somewhere on my computer, but he was cheating pretty hard, and I wasn't, which is the key factor here. I normally cheated every single day. Unless I was playing with IRLs or in a slash duel, I was perma-cheating. So I was really bad legit, basically. And I remember queuing him, and I was like, oh, well, I might as well fucking stay in the queue. He's a chill guy, I might as well. I was hard losing. For the longest, I think I was getting 2-gapped. And I was like, here's what it is. I won a trade, and then he goes to gap or whatever. I play like a pussy, get like 2 bow shots off or whatever. And I stand still for a second to pot myself. Because I pot in the air. I used to pot in the air back then. So I stood still while I potted in the air, waiting for it to drop down or whatever. He saw me just stand still. He didn't see the pot. He just saw me stand still for like a good 3 seconds or whatever. And then the next trade, I won and dropped him. And I can't remember what win streak he was on. He was on a high-ish win streak. And he said, nice toggle. That's why it's my favorite snipe. Because it's one of the only accidental snipes I've had while I was legit. It's like a fucking wombo combo.
Yeah, and also the coincidence of you potting up.
Yeah, true. I'm just going through my screenshots. I've got quite a few where I sniped Dragonate accidentally too. I was just queuing UHC, and I queued Dragonate, who was on a 940 win streak. I'm pretty sure Dragonate's legit. I don't know him that well.
He used to
he's moved to 1.20 now.
But yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. I actually sniped him too, and I was ACing this time, so I was more comfortable because I don't really like use anything but AC. My biggest issue is clicking and aiming at the same time, so I just AC. But not anymore. I'm reformed. But yeah, I queued him. He started like begging me to let him win because I was 2-gapping him, and I was like, "Send me $5 PayPal." He said, "Fuck no, KYS" or some shit like that. And I was like, well, I was gonna let him win. I was gonna let him win because I'm friends with him. But after he told me to KYS, I had to, I had to kill him. That was also a pretty good one because that was my first. I think that was one of my highest snipes I got in UHC as well on Dragonate. There was one I had on Aiden as well, which this one wasn't an accidental snipe. He tried to snipe me and lost. Now the difference is I was just going for a high daily, not win streak, just a high daily. I think I got 900 wins in one day in OP, and he tried to snipe me while doing that, just to slow me down. He did it on his main account when he had a 600 win streak, and he lost. I don't know if you can really count that one as a snipe,
It doesn't.
but I still think that's pretty funny. Scheme, I think I mentioned that one earlier.
You did.
Scheme where I sniped him with his own config. That's one of my favorites because that's fucking hilarious. There was this guy in what's his fucking name? I can't remember his name. It was back in like 2022 in OP, and he had like a fucking no, it's 2023, and he had like a 400 win streak, 500 win streak or some shit, and I flawlessed him. Like he gapped twice, and I still flawlessed him. But I was only ACing too. I've also got a clip of that somewhere on my PC. That's like one of my favorite clips. I sniped MCD, if you know who MCD is.
Yes.
Yeah, he's not that known in the community, but for the people who know him, know he's a bit annoying. I sniped him, I think, UHC, and 3-gapped him when he was cheating blatantly. Pretty sure MCD was one of the people who figured out you could use negative velo. How it works on Vape, there's a scale that you can use, like an FOV slider or some shit like that. But some people don't know who use it. You can literally just enter whatever you want in it, in the number bar or whatever. You could put negative 100. That's what he did. He put like negative 100, 100 or whatever. So he'd move forward whenever he took KB, which was completely bypassable at the time. You wouldn't lag back. You wouldn't do anything but move forward, and it would really fuck people over because if you're cheating using like Killer or whatever anyway, you're gonna still be hitting them. For them, they have to keep permanently looking around and like doing 180s, and it's completely fucked. But I remember he was using that against me, and I 3-gapped him. One of my other favorite snipes. This one I didn't win. I let them win, but well, I didn't. It was like a mix. I didn't let them win because they were still playing well. I don't know if I would have won or if I would have lost, but it was Green Gamer 616. That account was shared between 9 PremQ players who in Bridge is like the best guild. If you're like it's kind of washed now, no one was really in it because all the good players have stopped playing, but when they did, like 9 of the best Hypixel Bridge players were on that account trying to grind for a win streak. And I remember I scored 4 goals on them, and it was like 4-3 at this point. And they asked why I was sniping. I was like, "Who is this?" They told me who it was. It was, I think, Chapek on the account at the time. I'm pretty sure. And I was like, "Oh, GG," and left. But that was, I think they were on a 2K win streak on Bridge too. I'm pretty sure they weren't dodging. No one in Bridge who are good at the game. No one who's good at the game in Bridge dodges. And you might find it hard to believe if you look at the win streak leaderboard, but everyone on the win streak leaderboard is kind of shit besides a few certain people. But that account perma-queued 3s and 4s and never dodged whatsoever. They kept queuing cheaters and they kept winning. That's just to put into some comparison of how good these people were. I think that's my second. That's top 3. That one's definitely a top 3 snipe.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one more, and I might get hate for saying this one. I don't give a fuck. Possessors. Everyone knows possessors. I'm fine with them now. I used to have beef with them, but now we're like friends again. They care a lot about their stats, not like to the point where they'll start crying if they lose, but their stats are impressive. Like to a normal person, they are. I'm pretty sure they did dodge a bit, but they still play now and they still maintain the win-loss. So them dodging didn't really change much. They have like 15,000 wins or something in OP, and they have like 84 losses, of which I am like, I think 20 of them. And that was, I didn't like people who S-held. So I'm playing, I'm just queuing, having fun or whatever, trying to get fast wins. I queue possessors. First time I've ever fought them. They just start S-holding. I'm winning, I'm like 3-gapping, they're out, they're just S-holding all game. Unwinnable for them, completely unwinnable. They just choose to stall my time. So I spent quite a few hours of my life blinking on them because that's one easy way to counter people who S-hold. Just blink on them, and they can't do shit about it. And I did that for quite a few of their losses. That's an honorable mention. It's not one of my favorites. It's not one of my least favorites. It's just a
Just a petty
collective
moment.
20. Yeah, that was honestly that's a good way to put it. That was fully petty from me. Like they weren't letting me enjoy the game. I wouldn't let them enjoy the game. Type shit.
Yeah.
So they deserved it. It's fucking possessors. They asshole.
So obviously you have a lot of wins in Bridge. Do you want to explain why you prefer Bridge over anything else?
Uh, honestly, it's because of the skill ceiling. That was probably the best reason. Because I AC'd, obviously. In other modes like OP, UHC, you need to know how to rod at least. I was really shit with rodding, and I don't want to go to sumo because sumo's boring as fuck. I don't know how the fuck you grind it. That shit's boring as fuck. You just kind of like W hold for like 7 seconds, re-Q, and repeat. Bridge, it kind of had me on the edge of my seat sometimes with who I was queuing because I wouldn't go all out. I would all my wins I got were basically on other people's accounts or just random alt accounts. But I think at least 10,000 of them were on other people's accounts. So I didn't really want to like use Blink, use anything blatant. I only used auto clicker. I didn't even use right auto clicker. I only used left. And against cheaters, I would just use Chams because Chams is top 3 cheats for bridge that you could actually use. Blink being number 1, honestly, anti KB being number 2, but Bridge, because it had the highest skill ceiling and it required close to no mechanical skill in PvP, because my KB was already negative due to my ping, I was just really good at PvP on that already. And if you just force top fights with people, it's just easy wins. It's also, in my opinion, a lot more impressive having a lot more bridge wins than having classic or OP, purely because of how long it takes. There's a person called Atron11 who nowadays not many people know because it was an older gen player. They played during Prototype and just when Bridge came out. They haven't played in what 3 years, I think. I think 3 years, and they were number one with 46, 47k wins for that time, and they were like 20, 30k wins ahead of second place at all times until ACAS came along. Like, how they got so many wins in a short amount of time, so far beyond me, but I found it so impressive. Like, doing that in a short amount, like, the average bridge game takes, what, like, a minute? Or some shit? It's been a while since I've played. I think it's like around a minute. And that's only against nons. If you're against competent players, it's like up to 5, 6 minutes. So while you're playing sumo, getting a win every like 3 to 10 seconds, that's 10 wins. Like minimum, sorry, 10 wins per 1 win for bridge. And I just liked the fact I had a lot of bridge wins and stuff to like, I guess, show for myself. I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
but there was a lot of people who have. It was more fun dueling in bridge. There's a lot of people who are good at bridge who are fun to duel because it's one of those games where you don't need just PvP, like Bucky, for example. But when Bucky started out being a content creator, he was the worst PvPer you could imagine. He was shit. He was utter dog shit. But he was still one of the best players at the time because of his game sense. His game sense was really good. And he would still beat people who had really, really good PvP that no one else could really beat because of his game sense. And then he got a Model O. And then that's when he was actually good at PvP too. And he was, in my personal opinion, top 10 bridge players. But
Mm-hmm.
there was a person called Ogoose who I met in Crits, which was 2020, 2019, when he was really young. He was like 9, probably. It wouldn't surprise me if he was like 9, but he was really good at Bridge too. And I reconnecting with him in the past 2 years. He's called the Graka now. Most people know him as the Graka, the Graka, and he. I don't know if he is. I don't know if he plays anymore. I'm pretty sure he just plays MMC. But last year, from the last time I was like keeping up with people in Bridge, he was the best Hypixel Bridge player by far. He had really good PvP, insanely good game sense, like just all around really good player. He was just really chill. So I like to duel him up quite a bit. And dueling people, as I said in Bridge, when they're better than you, is so much more fun than UHC because you learn more in Bridge. You can like see what someone does and try replicate it. UHC, you can't really do that. You can't really read people as well because they're just gonna win trades and you don't know how they're gonna win trades. If people are better than you at rodding, you can't really pick up on how to get better at rodding besides just playing the game more. But learning in Bridge is so much easier and there's so much more to learn. I think the reason I actually stayed in Bridge for as long as I did was because of Quoli. I know quite a few people know who Quoli is, but he's fucking hilarious. He's top. Nah, he has to be the funniest bridge player ever. He's some European fucking bridge player who I've known for a very long time, and he randomly just DMs me saying, "Yo, hop on bridge scrims or hop on bridge." And in most of these servers, you 2v2, but you can choose to 2v2 in a VC with the opponents, which is the funniest thing ever. And the amount of clips I have of us two just dying of laughter, queuing like some random kids who don't know what noise suppression is, and you can hear like everything that's going on in the background. Probably just made Bridge like such a fucking better place for me, and that's probably the reason I have so many wins and like so many games played on that shit. Like in queue and in Bridge scrims, if you add up all my wins, no, if you add up all my games on Bridge across servers, it has to be over 100,000.
Wow.
It's definitely over 100,000 because my men I know I have a lot. Bridge scrims I have quite a few. Hypixel wins, like if you just count like actual queue wise, I probably have like what, like 40k or something. And if you count slash doors on Hypixel, where Bridge scrims originated from, it was on Hypixel. I probably have up to like fucking 100,000. If you add them all combined, it's fucked.
What do you think about the sub modes on Hypixel? Like capture the flag?
Fuck capture the flag. I have a bad fucking history with that game mode. Slimmest. I'm pretty sure it's slimmest anyway. Um, those people. There's always going to be cheaters in every mode you play. Always. Whether they do it for themselves, like some people cheat and still find achievement out of their, like, let's say getting a 100 win streak while cheating. I'm pretty sure it was Slimmest who was one of them. I can't remember. It might have been someone else, but I'm just gonna say Slimmest, who ended up playing with a 3-stack, all cheaters, and they didn't cheat on nons. To my knowledge, they didn't cheat on nons. But if you had any sort of competence in you, where like you knew how to play the game, even if it was just one person, if you knew how to play the game whatsoever, if you hippoed, if you fucking like winged anything like that, they'd full fly on you for a win streak. And I remember trying to play it with some friends once, just chilling, just having fun or whatever, and we queued them, and they started full on flying on us because they saw I was in the game. On one of my sniping ults, which I sniped on one of them like a few months prior to this.
Mm-hmm.
But those people, they stopped after a month, so it wasn't that bad. But I like the concept of capture the flag. I think if you play it with 6 of your or I guess with 5 of your friends, like just a 3v3 or some shit like that, it is really fun. Just bridge in general is just really fun. I really like it.
Mm-hmm.
I never really played 3v3v3v3 though and stuff like that. Like a few of my friends like Pixel, I know Jackson played it a bit, and a few other people played that quite a lot. But playing that too, if you get enough people to fill up a 2v2v2v2 or same with threes game, it's so fun. If everyone in the VC is so chaotic, it's so fun.
What do you think about spawn blocking?
You said that like you're an avid spawn block hater. Bro, spawn blocking was hilarious. Like, I I don't know. I never really got mad at Bridge that much because yeah, at the end of the day, I was cheating, so I can't really get
Mhm.
mad if someone spawn blocked on me. But it was on the original lighthouse that everyone hated it the most because you could just literally spawn block and you could just jump into their goal. They can't do shit about it. Like even if they hit you, it doesn't matter. They're just gonna hit you into the goal, and and they're fucked. And it was impossible to recover from a spawn block too, because by the time you've mined it all, they're already at your spawn block, hitting you off of it, and like remaking it. So if you got one good, that's how Cheetah. Most people know Cheetah, but in Dodgers there was a guy called Fatals. He sniped, but soon as Fast Fly got patched, he was useless because he had no idea what the fuck he. I don't. He has like he's like godlike 2, godlike 3, but he's still clueless. Like I would still put most people who are brand new to the game better than that guy because he was full hopping, like 0-0ing, kill aura, everything on Cheetah, and still lost. Like oh no, sorry, he didn't
Crazy.
lose. He nearly lost. He nearly lost. It was 4-1 at 4-1 to Cheetah at some point in the game, and I don't know how that's possible, but. I can't remember. I think he just started scaffolding and making another bridge or whatever, and then ended up winning because of it. But yeah, I think spawn blocking is good. Always was good for the game purely because of the cheaters. There's certain types of cheaters anyway, because there's those people who just kill or who can just hit through blocks. That I won't really do much against. But then there's the closet cheaters who are just like hard veloing, a little bit of reach, like hard ACing, stuff like that, where it's impossible to actually fight them, but you could just spawn block them and then just win. I
Mhm.
think spawn blocking it's the same as hippoing. It's a sort of game sense in a
Yeah.
way because you need to know how to spawn block. You can't just like say, "Oh, I'm going to spawn block," with no experience on how to do it whatsoever. Just say you're going to do it because it's for anyone that knows how to get around it. They can just do it or like get through it. But if you're good at spawn blocking, it's going to be significantly harder to get through it. So I still think it was like some sort of game sense required to do it. I think some people abused it too much though, which is why it got like removed for the most part.
Mhm.
How tragic. But I don't know. That's like it's like one of those things. It's
Part of
like
the game.
fire in classic. Basically, like yeah, that's the thing with classic as well. There's the fire that got removed. It's just like that. It's identical to that situation where it was annoying, but if used well, it could be really good. But no one, like, if people had to vote to get rid of it, they would have, which ended up happening. Rest in peace, Fire and Classic. That shit was fucking hilarious. Bro, do you remember back in the day when there was no borders?
Oh yeah.
That shit, that's how someone called K21 got I'm pretty sure it was either Blitz or Classic win streak, I can't remember. But they got a win streak because they were already good at running, they're like a Blitz SG player. And if they lost the trade, they would perma S hold all game
Yeah,
until
I
they were
heard
full
about that.
HP again. Yeah, until they were just full HP again and just keep
That was
trading until
such a
they win a
meme.
trade and win the game. That shit, bro, I would have been so pissed off. I'm a very aggressive player when I play anything in duels. So if that happened to me, oh, I'd have been so mad. I would have been so fucking pissed off.
Yeah.
Strats in bridge.
Yeah.
That's okay, right. There's quite a few. If we're just like going for the noob strats first, we can start with the noob strats that I've learned anyway. So obviously there's hippoing, everyone knows what hippo is. There's winging. Winging is not even situational. It's like the same as hippoing. If you make a wing and you're like somewhat aggressive with it to the point where they can't make a counter wing, it's more effective in ones than twos this way, but you could just perma score and they can't really do much about it. In twos, winging is more annoying in my opinion because you have one of your teammates fighting people and like stalling them or like fighting one of them, and if he kills one of them, you can just go on a wing and just circle and just fully bypass the other one. They can't do anything. Bypassing is actually another one, actually. Um, bypassing, just bridging, just running up the side of the bridge and just placing blocks underneath you. That one requires a lot more game sense than both hippoing or winging, purely because if you're bypassing, you need to somewhat know about your surroundings if you need to tunnel. And if you start like being a little mole rat and just start like tunneling through the bridge, it's the most, in my opinion, the most annoying thing to deal with. If it's someone that's good at it, or if someone's using chams that knows where you are at all times, or can just know your general direction at all times, they can just perma get away from you, and you can't do anything about it until the point where you're like, oh well, they're further enough down. I'm just gonna void and try race, or they kill you, and then they end up in a better position. That's why Bucky was also really good, because he was really good at bypassing and stuff. Tunneling is a more troll. Well, the way I say tunneling, anyway, is a more troll version of bypassing, or like tunneling while bypassing. It's it's fucking hilarious to do, but it's so troll. On some maps, like I think I'm pretty sure the name was Atlantis or some shit like this. The fucking PvP map, the one with aquamarine blocks everywhere, whatever. That one used to be able to undergoal, and if you were playing like fours or something like that, where you wouldn't really notice if someone's missing as much unless you have good like detail, you could just mine straight down or like land on the bottom block, and then mine all the way from your base to theirs, make a small little bridge, jump and undergoal, which basically means you're not actually in the base where you're supposed to be jumping in the hole, but the hitbox for it goes a lot further down, and you just go under it, and it's not hard to counter, but for the first time it happens to you, you're more confused than anything, and you don't know really what to do against it. But as soon as you realize where it's coming from, it's fine. But that's when most people tunneled. Like, it didn't really happen in ones, not that much, unless you were like at the bottom of their base anyway. You'd start like slowly making it and then just make the jump and just score or whatever.
And what kind of strats do you use?
Do I use full B harp now? One of my favorite strats, honestly, is the double wing. It's just a wing, but it's used two of them, and this is not to win the game. This will fully ruin your game every single time. So don't do this. If you double wing in a ones game, it's so fucking hilarious. If you have it set up correctly, you can just keep going in between the two wings in the middle bridge and just rage bait the fuck out of someone until they either try race you or they end up just like suicide killing you. And that's my personal favorite thing to do. It's so fucking funny just watching people do that. I don't know. I love rage baiting people and even if I can't hear them, it's just the text chat. The text chat is fucking hilarious.
Let's move on to your accounts. So what do you play on alt/account share?
Okay, I don't think I'm gonna mention whose account share I do that with. Besides,
just a general
besides
question?
like maybe, yeah. Right. Well, I started off because I cheat a lot. It started off because when I first played Hypixel, I played one of my IRLs, and he told me to download. Don't fucking laugh. He told me to download OP Auto Clicker to help me click. So I did just that, and I got banned within 10 minutes of me using it. So from that point, I already bought a new account, like because I didn't want to wait the 30 days. So I bought a new account, and it got fucking perm banned instantly because multi-accounting bannable or whatever, and the IP was the same. So I figured out how to make my IP dynamic or whatever. Bought a new account. So at this point, I've already spent £60 fucking on an account on just to play Hypixel. Downloaded a cheat client. I can't remember which fucking client it was. It was some old client or some shit. This was like around the same time. Fucking 1.8 came out. So there wasn't that many clients for it, but there was like one or two maybe. And because 1.8 just came out, the anti-cheat for it was like a lot harder to detect. But yeah, again, I still got banned, and by now my first account's unbanned. So I just kept on going through accounts, and I ended up playing legit for a long time because of this, but I still had 3 accounts. I just played on all of them, and then one of them, I can't remember what happened, but it got banned. I think it got perm banned. This was when perm banning was an actual thing. I think it stopped being a thing in 2018, but it got perm banned for some fucking wild reason. I can't remember what it was, but I didn't actually do anything wrong for it. So I thought to myself, little like I don't know, like 11, 12-year-old me, thinking to myself, what's the point of playing legit if I'm just gonna get banned anyway? So I re-downloaded the cheat client and just started cheating all the time. And that's around the time I figured out what NFAs were. And I would just perma be on a new account all the time. I didn't really play on the 2 accounts I originally owned because I didn't want them to get banned. I'd rather get banned on an NFA that costs me like 3 cents. So I would just perma be on everyone else's account all times. And that slowly made me not care about stats for my own account. And I remember one of my friends was going on holiday, and he asked me if I could grind wins on his account for him while he was gone because he was trying to go for a high monthly or something, and he knew it was summer break for me as well. So I was like, yeah, fuck it, go on. I grinded so many wins on his account. It was in Blitz. Yeah, it wasn't Blitz, and I realized I enjoyed doing like grinding on his account than my account. For my account, I don't really care about stats. I don't give a fuck about wins. I don't give a fuck about any of that. But helping him out by like getting him wins made me feel happy in a way. So most of my accounts I've grinded wins on. I've either given to like friends as alt accounts or some shit like that, or I've just gone onto their account and like played for them. Whether they just gave me the account like just for me to have it, or like not have it but use it, or for me to grind wins when they're not online or some shit. Because most of them were American, and when they're asleep, I'm awake, and vice versa or whatever. One of them is I'm not gonna say is IGM because everyone's gonna know who the fuck it is anyway. Charlie, Charlie was one of them, and Mr. Bo. That's all I'm gonna say. I still have his account, and I do grind wins on it every now and then. He's also one of the biggest trolls in the duels community, but I've gotten quite a few wins on his account. Most of his wins are in either bridge 3v3s, or like 3v3v3v3s, or in Boastbelief. He's like, I think, what, top 26 in Boastbelief wins or something, and he quit like a year or two ago. So fair play to him. I got quite a few wins on Boastbelief on his account. I think I've got like 4K, 5K Boastbelief wins on his account, and more in other duels. And then on other people's accounts, I've done whatever gamer they wanted me to do. I was basically just a bot because I had like a lot of free time, and I enjoyed playing the game at that time, and I had nothing to do. Like, might as well do it. And I
And you
didn't like
liked
grinding
helping
for
your
myself.
friends
Yeah, I'm just a nice guy. What can I say?
for now.
Um, but I don't know. It was if they wanted wins, like they still got the majority of the wins towards like let's say godlike, so they'd still find accomplishment in it. But I just helped them get closer to it. I was just a bot basically. I was just basically a bot. Let's be fucking dead ass. But I wouldn't really. I only AC on their accounts, so against competent people, like people who are actually good at the game. So I wasn't actually that good at this point. I'd still lose. So they'd be getting like a 10-win loss or something because in like classic, most people are fucking nons in classic. They're so dog shit. It's crazy. Even people who have high wins, they just play for wins. They don't play for like winning or whatever. If you know what I mean, they're not gonna like s-hole just
Yeah.
until they're gonna win. But yeah, I got quite a few sumo wins. I think I have close to like 10k. I think 5k sumo wins on one of my accounts, and if you just add up all my accounts together, I think I've just like randomly started playing sumo. If I'm like having a conversation with someone and just like bored instead of sitting on lobby, I'll just like play sumo. If you add up all my accounts, I'm probably like close, probably not 10k, but close to 10k. Across people's accounts, I've gotten at least 30 to 40k bridge wins on their accounts. Blitz close to like 10k across accounts. OP maybe like around 10k as well. UHC it's not that many because I wasn't that good at UHC, so maybe like 5k. And this is counting both my accounts and theirs though, and like every accounts I've had. And obviously it's not gonna be accurate, like very accurate, because I've had that many accounts and played on that many people's accounts. It's close to impossible to figure out how many wins I've
Yeah,
fucking done.
just an
But
estimate.
overall it's probably more than 100,000. But wins in duels, I would have like around 100,000 wins, which
Hmm.
it's yeah. I don't find wins impressive. It's just more of like, can you grind? Will you
Yeah, it's
grind?
just
Do
a
you have time
pixel.
to grind? Yeah, literally. That's why I don't understand why people care that much about the game. Like, there's some people, auras, who care so much about the game for no reason when it's just pixels on a screen.
Hmm.
I don't know. I just don't understand it.
Impressive alts.
What, top three accounts that I've played on? Or like
Yeah,
my top three
no
alts?
alts. And it
Alts.
can be IGN based too.
Um, well, one of my favorites is Injured Alt 9 because I did like a lot of that. All of the bridge was legit on that one, which overall has like a 200 win loss. It has 450 win loss in bridge. That one's a pretty good. 'Cause as I said, I did all that legit. So that was fair enough. Like, that's some sort of an accomplishment anyway. Also, the skyblock on that account, I grinded quite a bit of skyblock on that account, and the account got locked, which is unlucky. Um, there's another account. I can't remember the IGN of it, but I got a. It was my old main account, but that one got locked too. Most of my accounts have been locked, but my old main account that had like I think 20,000 overall duels wins, which is the most I've had on one account. Um, that one had a 2.7k overall win streak. The stats on the account were dog shit because that was one of my sniping ults at some point as well. Because it was like a grandmaster account with really shit stats. No one's not gonna queue it. But I ended up just deciding, fuck it, I might as well go for a win streak or whatever. So I got it in multiple modes though as overall. I got like a 700 in OP, somewhere around the same in UHC. Bridge I got quite a big win streak in. And then I think the rest came from Blitz. And oh no, I got a 250 in bow spleef and a 250 in bow as well. So it was across quite a few game modes, but
Hmm.
I nearly got three. I didn't even lose the win streak. One of my friends was playing on my account and fucking accidentally queued and lost the win streak. That's fucking tragic. This one's not even my alt, but it's just a favorite. It's just my favorite account I've had, and they don't play the game anymore. I don't think they'll mind mentioning because I did get quite a few wins on their account. Yoshi Airhead,
Oh yeah,
that
that guy.
account, that account, yeah, bro does not play anymore. He's just like focusing on IRL shit. I fully respect it. I think he did play somewhat recently and started streaming for like a week and then stopped, but really chill guy, fucking hilarious. He made little like I guess I don't know if they were like you could count them as skits or TikToks that he made for his guild rebound, but he made like little like TikTok length videos, just fucking being a troll, like not an annoying troll. He would just go up to random people in his school and like ask them things like, "Are you going to join Rebound?" and just ask them like high pixel questions, like which they were funny as fuck to watch, but they were so awkward to watch too. I remember once he got on his knees and begged someone to join Rebound as well in the middle of the corridor. It was such. I don't think I know that many people who disliked Yoshi. Like, and if you disliked Yoshi, you just disliked everyone at that point.
Hmm.
They didn't really do much wrong to anyone. But yeah, those are my three accounts that because
Oh
I
yeah,
think I got like a third of
yeah.
his. I got like a third of Yoshi's wins.
Hmm. Just a side note. What do you enjoy about Blitz Duels?
Well, besides the fact that when I first started, I felt like it was RNG. Because to be fair, it still is now. It still kinda is RNG. If I queue someone that's similar, like equal skill to me, and I'm on armorer, let's say. Nah, fuck it. Let's say I'm on fisherman and they're on archer. They're gonna win. Like, unless if it's equal skill, they're gonna win. Unless is there like an AI, then I'm gonna win. But that's like that's the tint of RNG in it because you don't know who you're gonna play against. You don't know what kit you're gonna play against. That's the RNG part. That's the main bit I started the game for that I liked. The best part about Blitz, in my personal opinion, is the nostalgia behind it. Every single time I play Blitz, which it's not like Blitz's fault for it whatsoever. But in my opinion, that's the best thing about Blitz for me. But if we're talking about just in general, like besides my past with it, then ooh, honestly, it has to be the old community. I'm not gonna lie, and there's still a community for it now. You can still play Blitz. It's a fun mode, but you'll learn if you ask people in the community. You can learn so much about it, like old gen. Meat Master and Slimy Slime. Those two are my favorite pastime kits in Blitz because Meat Master, you get a diamond helmet, leather boots, and an iron sword. I'm pretty sure, and you get cows. That was the entire kit. Like you have no chest plate, no pants. You're gonna get two shot. Like by like a bow, archer bow, or against like even fucking necro bow at this point. But in PvP, you'd die in like 3 or 4 hits. So it's like you have to be good to play that kit. You have to know how to mob block. You need to know how to like position yourself or whatever. There was this one person, I fucking forgot his name, a known person in Blitz Duels, and they only used a bow. They only used Archer the entire time. They were a bow player and they only played Archer, but they got godlike in it. Their best win streak was 45 before Lilith. After Lilith, 100,
Wow.
and that's because they kept dodging me. I would only queue them with Meat Master. By the way, this is a good. They're in our Mickey's guild, which was like the #1 build. I would snipe them with Meat Master. It's just Meat Master in general brings so much joy. Because if you do end up beating someone that's good at the game, or we're using like a really good kit, the euphoria you get from doing that is so fucking good. I remember I beat Minty. Minty was sniping me once, and I ended up going on an ult and queuing him instead, and saying, "You wanted to snipe me? Here I am," or whatever. Some shit
That's
'cause I thought I
funny.
had aura. Some shit because I
Batman
thought I was
moment.
like, I was like 13. I thought I had aura or some shit, and he was playing armorer. I was playing Meat Master. I flawlessed him because he kept on. I mob blocked perfectly, so every single time he tried to hit me, I just placed a cow in front of him. So if he would hit the cow instead, I could just like get a combo on him. And yeah, let's just say he logged off and never tried to snipe me again. But Slimy Slime is also one of my favorite kits because not many people know much about the kit because in Blitz Duels anyway. Because why the fuck would you play Slimy Slime? There's so many better kits. The reason I played him is because on the armor you have projectile protection, which not many people knows because no one really looks at the armor. But if you're against a archer or a necro and you go it, it's one of the strongest kits you can go against those because you can mob block yet again with the slimes because the slimes are so big, like it's basically impossible to get hit if you mob block, either with a bow or a sword. And if they bow you, it's gonna do no damage. You have projectile protection. So when you're playing against, let's say I'm a necro, you're a slimy slime. I've never played the game before. I just know necro's the best kit. And then you absolutely destroy me. I'm so confused. I'm like, how bad am I? But at the end of the day, Slimy Slime's just a better kit. It's things like that. There's so many counters in Blitz that make the game fun. Like Fisherman and Armorer. I remember back in the day, everyone used to fucking go Fisherman against Armorers and just break your armor. But against newer players, they didn't know you could break your armor. So they would like go up in a corner or something, and you'd keep rodding them, and they would like talk shit in chat saying like, why you keep rodding me? Why you keep rodding me? You're just wasting your own time and effort." And then their armor would break and then start skitzing out. It
That's
was,
funny.
bro. Blitz was so fucking hilarious, bro. I don't know. People need to take the game less seriously.
Hmm.
If people actually like go out of their way to decide to have fun over like wins and like win loss and stuff like that, I feel like a lot more people would come back. But at the end of the day, there's always going to be like people sweating their fucking balls off for no reason and making
Yeah.
the game unfun. So it's just unlucky.
Well, we can move on to the recent update.
Well, I want to know.
Yeah, we could also talk about the confirmed thing. The fact every title has a reward, even rookie, and also the new modes.
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, I like the new modes. Let me pull it over real quick. I know one of them was Quake.
Quake, Bed
I know
Wars, and
one of
Spleef.
yeah, that is gonna be actually so fun. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Which mode?
And all three of them,
Oh, even Bed Wars.
even bed, it's just gonna be bed fight.
Yeah.
Bed fight on Mineman is so fun, and the reason it's more fun is because like I felt like alright if they transfer the fucking shitty anti cheat over to bed fight or Bed Wars Duels or whatever, that's gonna be boring. It will make it a lot boring, a lot more boring. Quake, everyone expected this. I don't think there was a singular person who didn't. Have you seen the doors lobby? There's literally like fucking hose on the
Mhm.
pedestal or whatever. Everyone expected that one, which I'm more curious about. I'm gonna have fun on it because I like Quake, but I'm more curious about how people will take that one because it'll be one of the more skillful doors. I don't know how it'll work. I don't know if it'll be like the actual Quake map, a mini version of the Quake map, or if it will be like a 1v1, or if it'll be like 8v8. I've not looked that much into it, but I know it will be fun. That's one. And then Spleef. Oh, they better hope they don't add fucking teams in Spleef, bro. I'll be spleefing my teammates. Oh, that'll be so fun. That's why I think it's somewhat of a W update. But the achievements thing, or like the rewards for getting titles, I think that's kind of a good thing. Before, all you got was a title, and yeah, it's like cool. But if you have like, let's say your overall title you like the most, no one's gonna really know about your other titles that you like. And so at the end of the day, there's no really like achievement unless you have to go in lobby and just show all of your titles. At least now you get some sort of achievement. I don't know. Did it say what the achievement's gonna be about it or no?
No. They only showed the boxing fish skin, and that's it.
That's kind of cool. But yeah, if it's stuff like that, I respect it. They've already gotten like the prefixes and stuff like that. So the love heart, the like blue color or whatever, the like what rank you are in that certain mode. Like I like all that. I didn't really like it when it came out. I'm not gonna
Hmm.
lie. When when the doors you were there for the when like the hour the doors update came out, right? I'm pretty sure I saw you in lobby when it happened.
Which one?
Um
The new
the
titles?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
No. I was
Well, you
still
know.
retired.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace. But um rest in peace, PlonkOP. Anyway, there was an admin, I think it was Nitroholic, and it was so fucking funny. The color they gave, I'm pretty sure it was either Ascended or Divine, I can't remember. The color they gave for it was the most dog shit color you could ever see in your entire. It was the worst color. I can't. It was like more of a iron color. It was like I'm pretty sure it was either closer towards gold or iron, and it was so bad. And he joined lobby, saw everyone hating on it, instantly revert it. Like within minutes, instantly revert it.
That's crazy.
Oh, that was so funny. He got hate, bro. He joined lobby asking everyone for like feedback on the update, even though it just came out or whatever. It was all like the new titles. So they wanted to know if people liked taking Godlike X away. Most people liked it, some people didn't. I still I think it's a 50-50. I think you should be able to change your title to Godlike X if you have it, but I like the fact how it's like ascended and stuff like that, and you're not just stuck at Godlike X anymore.
Hmm.
What's Titan 4?
That's just Divine. An alternative name.
Oh,
It's name of Immortal.
oh, so they made it so okay. That's pretty cool, actually. That is actually kind of cool. I,
Yeah.
I I respect that. I
I
feel
like the
like
Immortal one.
yeah, the more. customization you can have with stuff. I kind of like that. It's and I feel like people don't really care that much about titles that much because like at the end of the day, you're just grinding wins.
Yeah.
Like especially with sumo. No offense to you, especially sumo players. Like you just sit there for like hours and hours a day just watching shows in your second monitor while you just like hold W and left click.
Yeah, it's
So
cookie
I don't
clicker.
really think nice man. Bro loves cookie clicker. But I feel like most people don't really care that much about wins, but it's still like some sort of like nice feeling to know that you can just change your title from like Celestial to like Titan or some shit. I think Titan's pretty cool. I like Immortal though, I agree. But I still think in the new Duels update, last one, I'm gonna start talking about why I want this Duels update.
Mhm.
This shit might be a bit long. Okay. Bes- Besides the Godlike X thing I was on about, like where you can just decide to have Godlike X back, it still requires the same wins. You can like still put your like I guess number of um let's say you're 140 or some shit in like UHC Godlike X, let's say. But I want bro, Godlike X was just so like clean in my opinion.
Yeah.
It was like really nice looking. So that bring that back. Obviously, I didn't have it. I had it on some people's accounts, but I never personally had it. Um, New KB. I want the old KB back. Bring back 2020 KB, which I feel like is more towards the anti-cheat's fault than Hypixel's fault, I guess. But at the end of the day, the anti-cheat's from Hypixel, so it's kind of shit. Yeah, that KB was peak. Always will be peak because it was so. That was when the game was actually fun. Um, Honestly, this is more of a controversial take. Maybe wipe the leaderboards.
Which ones?
So, win streak leaderboards. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if they get on, like this might be a bit too much effort for them. If they get a singular person who's been around for as long as I have in duels to like tell them who's cheated on the leaderboard, like just to go through all that shit and just wipe all the cheated scores. Oh, it's win streak. Sorry, that would be peak. But yeah, again, that's never happening because like even I don't know everyone that's on the win streak
Yeah.
leaderboards. Like people who've also played as long as me, they haven't paid that much attention. But the people like we do know, it's like in Duelscom, I feel like everyone knows which are the cheaters on the leaderboard and which are the
Mm-hmm.
legit ones. But I feel like getting on leaderboards now is more impressive if you're legit, but it's a lot harder purely because of the cheaters. That's just a small hope. Hopefully, bring back Mega Wars 4v4s. I don't know if you played when that was a thing. That
No.
shit was gas. That was fucking
Sounds
years and
chaotic.
years. Yeah, bro, it's so fun. You'd get four people going Hunter versus four people going Hunter, and this is when Hunter was broken. So how Hunter used to work is it's how it's supposed to work. It's supposed to heal you like half a heart to a heart, but its ability just homing arrows. Whenever it would hit you, regen you a heart. How it used to work, which was a bug, it used to heal you 7 hearts, not HP, 7 hearts every single time it would hit someone, and you'd have 40 HP, so 20 hearts. That was fucked. And 4v4s of that, yeah, that shit was chaotic as fuck. They need to bring it back.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about
Um,
wiping butter wins?
yeah, fuck botted ones. Honestly, I feel like anyone. This is just not a duels update, more of a Hypixel update. Um, Whoever gets banned, like they need to fix the like if you change your skin, and then let's say I boost for a 2000 OP win streak, and then I go into build battle. I draw something that's not allowed while using a skin that's not allowed, and then get banned for that. I'll keep my win streak in OP, my boosted win streak, and I can't get banned for it because I'm already banned. So that I think they need to change that. Like the fact how that works.
Hmm.
Like they need more detectable boosting things because it can't be that hard to find out if someone's boosting because they're just queuing the same accounts over and over again. If they queue like, let's say it's a dead queue and it's only two people queuing, that's fair enough. But if it's like you'd be able to tell. But if it shows for the entire win streak just being the same accounts over and over again with like no actual person in between, those people should be banned. It shouldn't be that hard to find an algorithm to figure that out, surely.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, it's duels. Why would they care? KB for no debuff and boxing and sumo because it's not really changed much in any other mode. No debuff KB, everyone's veloing, and like it's just crazy to me how everyone has velo but they're legit at the game. Like I'm decent with my cheats, and it genuinely feels like people are using 2040, but they're not. They're fully legit. That's just how the KB works in no debuff. That's fucked. Fix that shit. Boxing
Hmm.
KB is like a bit of the same. They also hit the hit reg in boxing is dog shit. That mode is RNG at this point, and I don't know. Apparently sumo KB's changed, but I've not really felt it or seen it, so I don't know. But that is all for the duels update.
All right, let's move on to COD. Obviously, you have a few hours in it, playing a few of the modes there and there.
It's only like 14k hours, bro. It's not that many.
So, what's your
It's my
favorite
childhood.
COD? This could be for
Are we
MP,
counting Modern
zombies.
Warfare's?
Yeah,
Modern Warfare 3, the original,
and that's
by
for the
far.
MP.
Um, both. The special ops is really fun.
Oh yeah,
The special ops, it's unique. I don't think did any other. I don't think any other Call of Duty did it. Did they?
no.
So yeah, that was really fucking fun. The multiplayer was also really fun. I have most of my hours in across COD games is in that where I was on leaderboards for team deathmatch. I was top, well, I think 10, top 5. Free for all, I was top 3. Like, bro, that game was peak. I played that. That
Hmm.
was like my entire. I started playing when I was 4, and I stopped playing when I was like 11. That game was so fucking peak.
Hmm. It's my favorite series for the story.
Respect that. I fully respect that.
I just love the OG fucking CODs. It's so nice.
Need to bring them back, bro. I hate all this new shit they're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I could go on for 17 fucking hours about how dog shit the new
Yeah.
CODs are compared to the old
Yep.
ones.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
bro,
What's your favorite
so
zombies
annoying.
COD?
Right. This is where it's tricky because if we're talking about just the feel of the game, it's gonna be completely different than some other opinions. So I think World at War is one of my favorites. I'm not gonna say my favorite yet, but that's in my top that's in my top 3 purely because that's where it all started. That's where zombies started,
Hmm.
and this is kind of zombies based, but I don't know if you know this actually, but there's an Easter egg in the campaign of World at War where
Oh yeah.
if you do a certain thing, you can get a ray gun
Yeah.
in
Yeah. I've seen
the
that.
yeah, that shit is cool as fuck. Um Second favorite has to be Black Ops 2, which
Nostalgia boner.
obvious reasons. Hmm?
Nostalgia boner.
Yeah, literally. Like, bro, Black Ops 2 just I liked all of the maps besides the I hated Grief. That shit pissed me off. Grief pissed me off, but I liked all the maps. They were all like
Even transit.
actually fun to play. I Right. The most annoying part about Transit was going for high rounds because of how long it took, and I was always a high round player, so I liked all the maps in Black Ops 2. Not equally. Transit is one of my least favorites. Mob of the Dead has to be my favorite because even though I'm a high round player, that story is fucking amazing.
Hmm.
Um, and then same with Origins. Origins is up there
That's my
too.
favorite.
Actually, it was Do Not Blame You. That map was so fun.
Yeah. So unique too.
Buried.
Like all the staffs,
True.
the tank, the
I
fucking
feel like Buried was also really unique, but it's not as in detail as Origins because they don't have like all the
Yeah.
staffs. Like you can craft things, but we had crafting in Transit, and it's like
Mhm.
I don't know. It's just like we've never had a map that's underground. I mean, to
Yeah.
be fair, it's only Black Ops 2, but I don't. Have we even had a map since that was underground?
Probably not.
I don't think so, unless it was in World War II, but I don't think so.
You can't forget
Oh,
about
World War
Leroy
II.
too, the big guy in
Fucking
prison.
Leroy. I fucking love Leroy. Bro, playing in a team and letting Leroy run into your friends is fucking hilarious.
Hmm.
Or just shooting him to piss your friends off. Either way, I don't know.
Yeah.
Everything about Black Ops 2 is just so fun. But then, right, for reasons that are obvious, Black Ops 3, like the reason Black Ops 3 is my all-time favorite is you look at already all of the maps. They brought Chronicles back. They brought back all of the like fan favorite maps like Ascension and all that. Shishino,
Yeah.
Numa, Shangri-La. So many fun maps already. On top of the fact that you can play custom maps.
Yeah.
Like, if we're not counting custom maps, Black Ops 3 is still number one. That's just like an extra bonus. But I like, even though I don't really like the newer movement in I don't really like the movement in multiplayer on Black Ops 3 because it was like different to Black Ops 2 or whatever. Um, the movement in Zombies I kind of liked. I kind of liked that you could slide and shit.
Yeah. It's satisfying.
And yeah, also really helped to get out of like sticky situations and stuff. I liked the stories probably the most. I'm not really a story player. I don't really care much for the story, but the stories in Black Ops 3 and like the Easter eggs and stuff were actually entertaining to do. Which
Hmm.
I actually really appreciate shit like that. The only reason I didn't get into that more often is because they weren't boring. They were just like not that interesting after you did it the first time. But like Shadows of Evil, top top three map of all time. I don't care what
Such a
anyone
nice
says.
map.
That map is so fucking good. So I, I I'm happy I stopped playing. I was too
Hmm.
addicted to that game
Of
because
course.
I got to round 255, which is the max on at least fucking 7, 8 of the maps.
Crazy.
Like that's like a week of in-game time. It's so much fucking time for no like a week of in-game time per map. Like that shit that shit was fucked. But that's why I'm happy I'm not into it anymore. But
Hmm.
while it lasted, was very fun. It was too fun. Honestly, that's the addicting part. It was too fun.
Yeah. What do you think about gums?
Gobblegums.
Yep.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna ask you a question. What's your top three favorite gobblegums? And I'll tell you if you're correct.
Oh, here comes the biasness. Uh,
Yep,
I mean, Perkaholic is number one. Sorry. Come on.
obviously. No, that's obvious. That one's obvious.
Number two, I mean, it depends on the map. Actually, no. I feel like round robin because it literally just cheeses the entire game. It's like cheating, but it's legit.
In in higher rounds, round robin is so fucking
Oh
nice.
yeah,
It's
it's
bro.
essential.
I mean, what was the highest round you got to?
No idea.
You got over 100,
Probably. I don't play for high
bro. Oh,
rounds. I only play the custom maps. And obviously,
nah, that's fair.
some of the
But
story
all I'm
shit.
saying is the getting. You've probably seen it already from other people like streaming it. Playing in higher rounds, like past 200, each round is like longer than half an hour, like per
Yeah,
round. And just getting that round robin, bro, it's like one of the best feelings. It's like getting a max ammo when you're low on ammo, bro.
yeah,
Max
exactly.
ammos and round robin, so nice.
It's actually an essential for
Yeah.
your sanity, at least.
What's your third?
Power vacuum.
Okay. I back. Pergolic's my number one as well. Power vacuum is also my number three. My number two is shopping time.
Of course.
I like to get set up because I go for high rounds. I like to get set up as quick as possible so I don't have to waste more time. And those three help so much. I don't know. Like I would put fucking stopping time. I love stopping time.
Hmm.
I don't know why, but stopping time has always got. I genuinely have no idea why, but it'll always have a special place in my heart.
Do you
I love
think
slowing down.
gums belong in COD Zombies?
Do I think guns belong in COD? What?
Gums.
Oh, bubble. Oh, I thought you said guns. I was gonna say. Uh, I don't think they belong in zombies, but I'm happy they are. Like,
Hmm.
the average zombies player would have never expected them to put fucking bubble gum into COD Zombies. Like, no one's ever expecting that. But I'm happy they have because it makes the game more enjoyable for people. Some people like play the games without them. That's completely up to them. However you have fun. But for me personally, I think it was a good add
Feature.
into the game. Yeah.
Yeah. Custom Zombies is so crazy. They already remastered some of the other, like, there's like a Chronicles 2, an unofficial version, of course, by the com.
So,
Yeah.
what
Like
maps
Town
are
remaster.
voice crack?
I remember Town, Transit is coming, Die Rise just got finished. And it's like high quality. It actually looks legit.
Oh, isn't the Die Rise one from Mr. T Lexify?
He was like a advertiser for it. He wasn't like a
Yeah,
dev.
I see. I remember seeing something like that. Bro, Mr. T
Mm.
Lexify is one of my favorite YouTubers of all time.
Oh, he has so much energy.
Mm, he's so funny. He's so charismatic, so funny, energetic, everything, bro. He's
Yeah.
hilarious. Nah, I have my question for you. It's my fucking
Again,
interview now. What's your thoughts on the newer COD Zombies?
horrible. I prefer round base zombies. And also the camos, like fucking the baked beans from BO6. What was that about? Come on.
All right. Come on, Cold War wasn't that bad. Cold War was not that
Eh,
bad.
that's like semi old now. Like when it
Yeah,
came out,
true.
sure. Like when it came
Yeah,
out, it was semi hated. Now it's like neutral slash liked.
I got my highest. I got my second highest round ever on that
Of course.
on Cold War. My highest round was on I think it was Shino Numa World at War. I got to like round 3,000. Like, come on.
Okay, that's cheating.
No, the highest
Cheesing.
round is like 100,000 on that
Yeah, I
shit.
know. That map is cheesy. You already
Mm.
know why. It's the way it works. It's like a fake flex.
No,
I have
it's not,
100,000 wins
bro.
on Hypixel. Reality. Sumo main. It's
True.
fake. It's fake.
Yeah,
Back it
yeah.
up.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't do 100k sumo wins in a month. Oh, Res. Sorry. Okay, I have one last question for you.
Again with the questions?
My
That's a
interview
good.
now. Come on.
Alright.
Why is your name PlonkOP?
So Plonk is just a cute sound effect I came up with like eons ago in the caveman era, 200 BC. I was experimenting.
I get you. I get you. Okay, well, what OP? Is it from the OP duel?
Yeah, of course.
But why not? Why not Plonk Sumo?
It's just one of those things you do with nicknames. It's kind of like 1, 2, 3. It's something to you want to use something specific. You want to bypass it. Like I want to Plonk badly, and Dream was taken on some social media apps,
Yeah,
and that's pretty much me. And OP looks clean. It's just a
that
simple
is true.
two-letter thing.
If only you played the game for more than 737 ones.
Hey. Check my OP2s. I played with Shade, who's definitely legit.
Thing like that. Well, you're TNT Grandmaster.
I did it for the icon, the snowman.
Oh, that's fair. 384k wins and Sumo. Jesus Christ.
Check my OP stats, especially
Let me
twos.
see. They better be good.
I played
Oh
with
my.
Shade.
You know what
Good
else pretty
game
good?
for you. Looks like shit to
For
me.
me,
It looks so
you
cheesy.
man.
It's
Well,
so
it's cheesy.
cheesy.
You played with the guy that perma dodged and cheated.
I would have dodged too. But yeah, 2v2 is free.
Dude is
You
so
probably,
fucking easy.
yeah. Everyone tells me that.
Yeah, I mean, your one loss isn't that bad in normal for a sumo player.
Wow, packed.
I need to change. Sky Steve needs to change his name to Sky Steve OP. At least he plays the mode.
Kinda.
Like
Is that
godlike in it.
Is that it for the podcast?
Mm-hmm.
All right.